very good morning and blessings. Thank you for joining me once again in another program of Sunrise, but today with a special celebration. We have arrived at our 700th program. For 700 days, we have reached your home with a fresh new message, rain, thunder, and lightning. No matter the weather, sick, tired, exhausted, we have made this program with the sole purpose of reaching you at home to bless you, to carry that portion of the word that gives you strength every morning, another hammer to form the soul, that capsule of the spirit, that vitamin that allows us to move forward. It's for that reason, in this special broadcast, I would like you to please take a minute to leave me in the comments the episode of the program Sunrise that has left a mark on you, that name you haven't forgotten, that topic that we touched, that God used to speak to you, to confirm to you, and be able to bring an answer into your life, a prayer, or that program that God used to confront or do something in your life. Leave me the names, tell me your testimony, because this 700th program, we want to recognize the work, not ourselves, but what the Holy Spirit has done through this program to bless you. It's a great team that works here, from lights, camera, editing, uploading, scheduling, from looking at every detail, illumination, and quality control. It's a very hard job so that this little program can make it to your home, but not because it's so short, it stops being so important. So thank you. Thank you for following us on all these programs. I don't know since when you started. It would be nice if you left it in the comment section. Since when did you start watching the program? And if you're really behind, I think it's necessary that you go back. There are 700 programs with today's that hasn't repeated, but it's specifically there to bless your life. In this way, I want to start today's 700th program talking about a topic that I have named the improbable. Why? Because we understand that there are things that are improbable for us. First Kings 17:6 says, the ravens brought him bread and meat each morning and evening, and he drank from the brook. In a time of drought in which Elijah prays and the skies closed, the drought had brought hunger and scarcity. It was a time where it was unlikely that there would be resources, that there would be nourishment. Elijah was running away for his life. He was fleeing and hiding. However, what was improbable became probable, and that was out of nowhere appeared what he needed in a constant, abundant way. God sent ravens to him that came to feed him in the morning and in the evening. Those crows that came to bring the provision that he needed to stay strong, fed, and to continue. This is a beautiful thing. It's a passage that we read over and over again, but that allows us to see that God is the God of the improbabilities. If you would have asked it to me, if that day in the night that I told my husband, tomorrow we're going to do a program, it's going to be called this, I'm going to do it at this hour of the morning, I wanted to reach people, I have this in my spirit, the Lord has placed the desire to be able to do this program, and it was something unlikely at that time how to do it. We'd keep an eye on the climate, we'd do it outside in a patio, it's too dark, the sun hasn't risen, today it's darker, the sun changed spots. We would have never imagined that today we would be celebrating the 700th program. How many things in your life has happened that suddenly you can say, I know that was improbable, my marriage was improbable, my children were improbable, the house that I bought was improbable, the car that I have is improbable, today the company I have was improbable, I myself am an improbability. How many times are we surrounded by evidence that God is the God of the improbable, things we don't imagine, things we don't expect, that we did not have the conditions to achieve, the means to achieve, the merits to achieve it, the preparation to reach it. It pleased God to give it to us because God is the God of the improbable. How many times have we seen crows, and I'm referring to people of the world, people who are converted, people who we hardly know, that we don't know who they are, to come and be used as a God's tool to provide or bless us with something that we need? They are improbable because God's improbable are nothing more than the manifestation that God has the control of the smallest details. Today I have come to talk to you. I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know if you're waiting for a house, a marital restoration, a restoration with your children, a calling, a ministry, a prophetic word, you are expecting something. And for you, it's improbable that what you are waiting for comes true, because in your small mentality, you don't see a solution to the problem. I came to tell you that what we have, a God of the improbable, and that most likely one day you will feel to sit and say, this was improbable. You could enter your house and say, could have never imagined that it was possible to have a house. This was improbable. I never imagined when you have a driver's license that this would happen. I never imagined your residence, this would happen. Your American passport, I never imagined that I would be able to become American citizen, because there are things that suddenly become improbable, but God makes them likely in our life. So today I have come to tell you that if you're waiting for God to do something in the 700th program, that I declare that the God of the improbable makes probable the things that you have been asking the Lord, that request that deep within your heart. God never leaves us in shame. God is a specialist in doing things that we do not understand, that we do not imagine, that we don't know how it's going to happen. He makes that happen. When there is often a no, then you see a yes appear. When you see there are diagnoses of illness or death, there appears an answer, because God is a God of improbable. So in this manner, I thank you for being with us in the 700th program. Thank you for your continued faithfulness. Thank you for sharing every sunrise, for always leaving us a comment. Thanks for everything you do for this program, and thank you for continuing with us, because this road continues. God bless you enormously, and remember that we have another day. Where? Here at a sunrise. Blessings.